Hello, Giselle.
Hello, Jet.
Hello.
Hello. Ah, Makukulong ba kami kapag ginawa namin yung podcast na to?
Um, Possibly. Kaya siya
Opo.
nakakatakot talaga.
Okay. Sige. I guess yun na yung cold open.
Anytime under the sun, Andren and Josel having fun. Mistakes were made.
Okay. Okay. Pakilala ko muna yung sarili ko kasi I'm pretty sure para sa madaming tao hindi pa nila napapakinggan tong podcast na to, so hindi nila kami kilala. So ako si Josel Ray L. Nicolas, isa akong comic book artist at ex-comedian. Tapos yung co-host ko at life partner si Andren, pakilala ka?
Ako si Andren Bernardo, isa akong stand-up comedian and writer. So, yeah.
At yung guest namin, first guest namin sa Andren and Josel Mistakes Were Made podcast ay si Gertrude Arquillo. Pakilala mo sarili mo.
Hello, I'm Gertrude Arquillo. Civil engineer ako, but I am currently studying law.
Okay. Bakit ka nga namin in-invite dito?
Kasi nakakatakot yung bagong bill ng Senate.
Okay.
Maraming implications yung Senate bill na to if it becomes a law. And everyone should know about this, kung ano yung mga bawal na acts under this in case it becomes a law, and what we could do to protect ourselves.
Yeah, I was hoping na ito ay more educational at more parang freewheeling talk about implications ng terror bill. Ano yung iyong background, Jet, para lang alam ng mga tao kung sino yung pinapakinggan nila?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
Yung where do you study? Ano yung trajectory mo, ganun?
Okay. I'm currently studying in DLSU law.
Okay.
Tapos, I want to either go into human rights or practice international commercial arbitration.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Saan tayo nagkakilala? Parang interrogation, no?
Interrogation. Nagkakilala kami ni Josel back in college sa UST. Go Este.
Under Tomasian Writers
We were
Guild.
part of the same, Thamashan Writers Guild. We were part of the same org. And a lot of our org members are probably gonna be terrorists. Joke lang, hindi siya nakakatawa.
Okay. Hindi naman siguro.
But basically, anybody can be tagged as a terrorist kasi sobrang big nitong law na to.
Okay. And in general ngayon sa DLSU law, ano yung what do you call this? General feelings toward the law? Ano yung mga nasasabi ng karamihan ng tao?
DLSU law is a school that's human rights centered. So also, yung dean namin, yung previous dean namin is Attorney Chel Jokno. You all know him as a human rights lawyer, and his dad was Senator Jokno, who founded the Free Legal Assistance Group back in the 70s, and they all protected human rights victims nung panahon ni Marcos.
Okay.
So, with that kind of history, talagang lahat ng tao sa, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think most people in our school are very against this law. Even not just the students, but also our professors. And some of them are legal luminaries in constitutional law. Talagang they're speaking about this very dangerous bill.
Okay.
I won't say their names, pero yun, a lot of legal luminaries have commented on this, and not just DLSU law, even like other schools, deans, human rights lawyers, even beyond schools, actually, yung IBP, Integrated Bar of the Philippines, spoke about this. Meron silang statement against this. And IBP, being the association of all lawyers in the Philippines, should know what makes a law or a proposed bill unconstitutional.
Okay. So, itong, Andren, may maano ka ba?
Yeah. I'm just listening. Yeah, I'm fascinated by this.
Okay.
Listen, Eddie.
I'll try to moderate. So, I have not read the whole bill. I think I got through around 20%. I think a good 20%, solid 20%.
It's pretty long.
It's pretty
Yeah,
long.
it is fucking long, dude.
Yeah. I am I'm a comic book artist. Andren is a comedian. Jet is studying law, so she will be guiding us through this. We are not purporting to be experts on this, and this might come to left field sa karamihan ng tao na nakikinig ng podcast namin kasi usually the podcast is about actually about feelings, right, Andren?
Yes.
It's very much introspective.
It's not centered on
podcast.
facts. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It's centered on us lang.
Yeah, it's just about usually about what we got going on in the moment, right? And
Yeah.
we actually recorded a podcast prior to this na political as well, like just in generalities about feelings towards being more political in our craft and art, and we could not we missed a week because we couldn't do an episode that was light-hearted because that's not what was in our hearts, I guess. Like we didn't wanna, di ba, Andren?
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something that was more pertinent to the current times, and there's a lot of things happening. There's Black Lives Matters. There's the Hong Kong protest still going on. There's this terror bill that's looming, and then the COVID crisis. So I felt na it feels disingenuous. Like I don't like talking. I don't like deflecting what's happening currently when we talk, ganun, kasi I think
Yeah, kasi like, imagine mo yung mga nangyayari ngayon, tapos pag-uusap niya, uy pare, ang sarap ng sandwich na kinain ko kanina. Like may celery siya, pero nag-balance sa tuna.
Or just continue yung ating trash talking ng iba't ibang mga popular fast food brands. So
Yeah. Very edgy.
Very edgy. So okay. Can you guide us through this, Jet? For you, what are the warning signs? What tipped you off? What alerted you to this actually? Na it felt realer than usual.
Well, apart from the fact that it goes against several fundamental rights enshrined in the Bill of Rights in our Constitution, hindi lang yung bill yung problematic. It's the application of this law should it become a law na considering people in the Duterte administration, how they handle themselves, how they make decisions, mahirap talaga siyang tanggapin. So first right violated under the Constitution would be right due process. Kasi yung definition ng terrorism in the proposed bill, it's broadly sweeping, it's nebulous, it's susceptible to various interpretations na kahit hindi ka naman actual terrorist, you can be tagged as a terrorist.
Yeah, I was looking at certain parts ng bill na nabasa ko. Yung let me see. Yung sa accessories part, it seems na pwedeng mahatak yung buong family mo if you're in close proximity at the very least, I guess.
Yeah. Also, yung penalty for accessories, hindi nila change Pero the way they identify who accessories are, medyo nakakatakot. Kasi in the old law, you're supposed to have a judicial warrant of arrest first. Here in the new in the bill, there's two modes by which one would be tagged as a suspected terrorist. And if you're a suspected terrorist, you can be arrested. So, suspect lang yan. That means you don't need proof. And the accused cannot deny the accusation. Wala man lang notice to the accused. Walang hearing, nothing.
So basically, pwede kang malabel as terrorist dahil lang sa chismis. I mean,
yes, exactly.
That stinks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, go
dun
on.
Sa, actually, may okay naman dito sa na to. Which is the first mode by which one can be tagged as a terrorist. Parang yung dating batas din. It's by judicial action. So, kung titingnan niyo yung Article 26 ng bill, if you could look at it right now.
Sige,
ang mangyayari dyan, the Justice Department applies to the Court of Appeals and then may i-conduct na hearing. So, may procedure talaga. But dun sa pangalawang mode, this is the scary one. Kasi this is by executive action. They're going to create a group called the ATC, Anti-Terrorism Council, and they all alter egos of the president. So, ano yan, mga tao galing sa DFA, DND, DILG, DOJ. And a lot of these people are not like judges na when judges issue a judicial warrant for arrest, they do it na hindi sila biased. They really look at the cold hard facts and label you as a terrorist. Kasi terrorist ka talaga. Itong second mode na to, it can be anybody. It can be someone posting a freaking meme on Facebook about terrorism. Tapos wala na. You can be tagged as a terrorist. Tapos you can be jailed without a warrant. And you can be held in jail. So detention without charges for up to 24 days.
And then ang alam ko pwede siyang i-extend 10 days pa and stuff.
14 days siya, and they can
14
extend it to 10 days. Tapos magiging 24 na siya.
Okay, yun yung max.
Dun sa constitution natin, if you look at Section 18, Article 7 of the Constitution, kahit na yung writ of habeas corpus sinuspend, any person arrested or detained, kailangan i-judicially charge mo siya within 3 days from detention. So 3 days lang yun. Sobrang laki ng difference. 24 days is too much. And then by that time, you'd probably be too stressed and you'd probably give an extrajudicial confession already. Ganun na lang. Tapos
But how why is it so easy to fuck with yung habeas corpus? Like why is that always like why are there not more safeguards to this ganon? Why is this happening?
Okay yung safeguards ng constitution natin. As in okay talaga siya. It's the implementation that is medyo problematic, depending on who is at the helm of the government talaga.
Okay.
Also, it's mostly, this bill is scary because of who is currently leading us right now. Is that fair to say? Like, kumari, if this was like before this administration, like, kumari, let's say, not even kay Noy Noy, I mean,
let's not say any names. Let's say like Mr. Nice Soft Marshmallow. Or something. Like, wala tayong kinikilingan.
Yeah.
Okay, like hypothetically, if it were a president na mabait.
Yeah, hypothetically.
This bill is susceptible to you see this in what we discussed earlier na yung power granted to judges. So, to issue a warrant of arrest. It was previously in the judiciary, and now you're giving the executive branch that power. Yung ATC, di ba? Yung mga alter ego ng president. So, ano siya it's, you can't concentrate or consolidate power in just one branch of government. You know, alam ng lahat ng tao to absolute power corrupts absolutely. So, even with a nice president or a nice vice president, nice everyone, it's seductive ang power. This bill gives whoever are the powers that be so much freedom to determine who terrorists are.
Tama.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good.
I got some questions from people in my life. They asked, siguro yung isang tanong was, question ko siguro is, why did it get passed so fast? I know it's a 4-year-old bill, pero still, bakit bigla tong nangyari ganun? I mean, it's not passed yet, pero like, how, parang ano siya, na fast track or something?
Similar to fight as urgent nung president, diba? And then they, I read about this before, parang, I don't know if I should say this kasi hindi ako sure. Pero I read an article. I'm not gonna say the name of the person who wrote it, but he's a constitutional law legal luminary.
Okay. Okay. So we talked about possible na pwede kang matag as terrorist if you shared a meme. Is that the lowest possible na arrest na pwede na you get put into jail kasi you shared a meme? Or are there even worse cases pa of it? Kasi
What do you mean, like worse kasi sobrang ang laking sa terrorism?
Like what scenario yung pinakamalabo na you think na you can get tagged? Kasi I see some stuff online na parang you can't carry a knife. Yung ganun stuff.
You can carry a knife. Kapag tinignan mo kasi yung batas dati, yung Human Security Act, that's Republic Act 1972. They list the crimes which constitutes terrorism. So these are the likes of rebellion, coup d'etat, piracy, unlawful possession of firearms, murder.
Mutiny.
So, iniba nila ngayon, ginawa nila. If you guys look at section 4 of the bill, inedit nila, nilagyan nila ng from A to E. So, yung una dito, attacks that cause death or serious bodily injury. Sa letter C, possession of weapons. Yan, dyan kayo madadali. Parang hindi mo na ma-distinguish kung ano yung garden variety criminal from a real terrorist kasi binablur nila yung lines.
Yeah, it seems like parang yung nakikita ko dito sa section 4, it seems na they're not saying na which acts are terrorism, they are pertaining to things that a terrorist could have, like a knife or like, am I right? Like parang it's that vague kasi like you can also not be a terrorist if you have a knife. Pwedeng Batanggenyo ka lang, di ba?
Hindi siya pala like, you fucking Blizzong siya, like a curvy knife, yun. Yeah. A curvy knife na sinasabi ko.
And okay, what does a knife constitute as? Di ba pwedeng like letter opener, ganon, or something, right? Am I an asshole?
Yeah, with this new bill, it's open to interpretation talaga. Kasi wala pa tayong jurisprudence saying ano yung magfo-fall under dyan sa mga sa enumeration ng terrorist acts. So we really don't know, We can only speculate.
Can I ask a question? What constitutes ba an act of terrorism? Like, kasi I post a lot of jokes online, but it's not this. Hindi naman super anti-Duterte. It's just me criticizing some things about the government. Is that considered terrorism?
I feel like that's terrorism only if you bomb, pare. But a bomb. Okay, never mind.
Or if I drop truth bomb, I guess.
Sorry,
I would say na dapat hindi.
dapat
Pero because of the people in power, yun nga yung second mode of determining who a terrorist is. Meron kasing power yung executive branch through the Anti-Terrorism Council. And if you look at Section 4E, dito yung nakakatakot. This will answer your question with regard to the nuance ng kung whether or not posting a meme or what kind of memes are considered terrorist acts. So if you read 4E, Section 4E.
Let me check lang
4E? 4E.
4E. Medyo may may
Eto,
reverb
basahin
ka
ko
ng
na.
konti Sige, basahin mo.
Basahin ko na lang. Section 4E, sabi dito, terrorism shall not include advocacy, protest, dissent, stoppage of work, etc. Ito pa, industrial or mass action, and other similar exercises of civil and political rights. This is good, right? Because they're saying na you can exercise your right to freedom of speech. So pwede ka mag-protesta, pwede ka mag-mass action. But the danger here is the phrase after that. So they say, I'll say the first part again. Terrorism shall not include advocacy, protest, dissent, mass action, etc. Which, ito yung nakatakot, which are not intended to cause death or serious physical harm to a person, to endanger a person's life, or to create a serious risk to public safety. So dyan na yun, like, ang operative word dyan is not intended to cause death. And the government can construe that you did intend to cause death, harm, create a serious risk to public safety. That's the danger in it. So, yung mga pinopost mo na meme, if they construe that as you intending to cause these things, you will be tagged as a terrorist.
It seems that the only logical outcome nito ay lalabo lahat ng memes to vagary para hindi sila ma-tag.
Oo.
Right?
Well,
I mean, diba?
Pero kasi, ang nakakatakot din dito, parang wala nang sense yung mga batas natin minsan Take Sereno's impeachment, co-warranto case. So, dati, there was a long line of jurisprudence and even the actual law saying na a sitting Supreme Court Chief Justice cannot be the subject of a co-warranto case. Pero anong nangyari dun sa case ni Sereno? So, ako as a law student, when I saw that the news about that, parang iniisip ko, ano pang sense na inaaral namin ito? Hindi naman sinisunod in real life. So I feel like this would be the same case regarding itong bill na to. We really don't know what they would, what they would do.
Yeah. Let me check your notes ko. Kasi what you said really bummed me out.
Ano talaga siya? Like, tignan mo lahat ng mga cases na dinecide ng Supreme Court before. Walang kino-warranto na justice.
Mm-mm.
And ito, wala na si Sereno sa Supreme Court. What's more dangerous din kasi is unti-unting nawawalan ng opposition sa Supreme Court. Wala na si Sereno, wala na si Justice Carpio. And the only justice na nakikita kong very vocal about injustices perpetrated by the state right now is Justice Leonen. So if someone assails the constitutionality of this bill, if it becomes a law, if they assail the constitutionality in front of the Supreme Court, di natin alam kung actually parang alam na natin anong mangyayari since rubber stamp na yung Supreme Court natin.
What's the ano? And what, not playing devil's advocate, but what is the reason for the amendments to the bill, to this terror bill? Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like, are we in a new age of terror?
Oo, parang last month lang merong pinasabog na mall. Charot, laging nangyayari ba? Hindi naman eh.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Siguro sa Mindanao, pero even the military doesn't... ito kasi yung pananaw ko eh. Even the military does not like martial law. Because they're already overextended in Mindanao.
It's very thin eh. Ikaw, Andren, what you were saying?
I'm just curious about this. Like, have they ever caught a terrorist online here in the Philippines? Like, may mga talagang, like, pagka-breakdown nila ng door nila, oh, fuck, may nahuli ako, pero terrorist ako. Like, may nahuli ba talagang terrorists?
I'm not claiming to know lahat ng cases sa Philippines ngayon. But, as far as yung study ko of the law, wala. And also, in the Human Security Act, the law lists the crimes under terrorism, and inciting to sedition is not one of them.
Okay.
So I don't think merong online meme poster na naging terrorist, kasi inciting to sedition naman yung pwedeng ma-charge sa'yo if you do that. If you look at Article 142 of the Revised Penal Code, ang inciting to sedition is committed by any person who should incite others to the accomplishment of any acts which constitute sedition. And sedition, under Article 139, is committed by persons who rise publicly and tumultuously in order to attain by force, intimidation, or by other means yung mga objects ng sedition. So, since sedition was not in the old law, I don't think may naging online terrorist before.
Yeah, dude, siguro mga nerds lang, I guess, yung mga, like, angry nerds, I don't know, dude, like, never naman siguro may ISIS members nung nahuli na fucking...
No, I think sa ISIS meron, like, there are...
May tech na yung ISIS, like, may nerd members yung ISIS.
No, they recruit online then.
Oh, fuck.
There are a lot of online recruitment sa ISIS. Ang mga British people and Americans who got into ISIS.
In the context of that, ang iniisip ko kasi in the context of a lot of people posting memes na ngayon.
I mean, tanong ko, di ba there were some people arrested for complaining online, right?
What are you talking about?
Yung teacher? The teacher.
Yeah.
The teacher.
Yeah.
Wait, hindi ko na-follow masyado yun eh. Parang sinabi niya papatayin si Duterte or something.
And there was, I mean, where does that lie now? Like, ganong, if it happened before the bill, ganon.
Actually, a lawyer friend actually told that in one of our interviews. Pero like, I'm not gonna say his name, pero kasi sinabi niya yung may pera eh. I mean, he gave a bounty eh. That's what fucked him over. Like, parang in-incite niya na parang yun, gawin niya kay Duterte sa president yun, tapos may binigay siyang pera. I guess. Yun yung...
Reward.
Yeah, yung reward. Yeah.
Inciting to sedition.
Yeah, yung inciting. Yeah. That's what fucked him over though eh.
But there's no fucking...
Pero hindi siya terrorist.
But there's no fucking...
siya.
There's no part of the law na There's no part of the law that protects him dahil it's clearly in context of online. Ang daming death threats na ginagawa online na no one ever thinks they're gonna really follow through with it.
Yeah, and then that's why I'm scared.
Kasi wala naman siyang 50 million, I think, kasi public school teacher siya, di ba?
Yeah, so para there's no
not a serious,
just trying to see it from both sides. Is there no part of this new law na parang says na within context, within reason, ganon. It's all
Yung
just
pang
vague.
common sense law or something. Like, yeah, it's
Wala na eh. Like, yun nga, going back to what I said about Sereno, you don't know how the Supreme Court will interpret laws and apply the laws. I mean, interpret laws and how the executive branch will apply the laws.
yeah. And if there's any malicious intent, then like goddamn, like yeah, parang ganun.
I mean, it's kind of insane na parang pwede kang ipadakip on the basis of a post. Like, if you were to follow that through logically sa lahat ng bagay, then a lot of people would be under suicide watch kasi panay suicide jokes online, you know? Like, it doesn't seem...
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty fair. Can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I missed this because I just been glancing through it. Like, what is the punishment, by the way, if you were implied, quote unquote, as a terrorist? Like, ano yung punishment?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many years in jail or? Yeah.
So, yung bill, it's the same. It's the same punishment as the old law. But the difference is they inserted new crimes like inciting to commit terrorist acts and recruitment to and membership in a terrorist organization. So you can find that under Section 7 and 8. But if you look at the Human Security Act, same naman siya, hindi naman siya na-edit. The old law punishes a principal or co-conspirator with 40 years. Walang parole to Tapos, if you're an accomplice, you get 17 years to 20 years. Pag accessories after the fact, they get 10 years to 12 years of imprisonment. So, mahaba-haba talaga siya.
What does this mean for art and free speech in general? Like, can sarcasm still exist?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Like,
on that, like,
can you still go up on stage and say crazy shit? Can you still create artwork that is violent, you know?
You can still do it. Ang problema lang natin if the Anti-Terrorism Council tags you as a terrorist. Because we don't really know how they're going to apply this law. They can apply it arbitrarily. They can apply it with basis. Ang magandang mode talaga yung by judicial action. Pero yung Anti-Terrorism Council, pag ikaw tinag ka na, kahit nag-aano ka lang, nagiging sarcastic ka lang online, wala ka nang magagawa kasi.
Why do you need an ATC, Anti-Terrorism Council? Why was it not implemented before if it's such a important measure? What is the ATC adding to this that wasn't there before?
What wasn't there before was terrorism by the government.
Okay.
Hindi talaga siya warranted eh.
Okay.
This is why a lot of lawyers, yung mga lawyers na talagang veterans na, they're speaking out about this even if they know they can be tagged as terrorists. Kasi wala eh, kung hindi mo lalabanan, hindi tatanggapin na lang natin tong bagong bill na to.
Okay.
Yeah, in the end, it just feels like, in my opinion, it just feels like old people not getting social media. Like, it is like, wow, look, di mo get some fucking memes. Oh.
Yeah.
Like, even in the past governments, like, they're not well known for their sense of humor, I guess. I mean, like, yeah, I guess so.
I wouldn't call it ignorance. Kasi feeling ko there's intent in this. Seeing as how kailan ba to? How the entire fake accounts thing played out. Nakakatakot siya kasi para siyang panimbala ng evidence. You can be tagged as a terrorist because of what happened there. And I don't think that's a bot as some politicians would claim. I think it's intentional and they hired trolls to do this.
Okay, do you guys get clone accounts?
No.
Sadly, no. Feeling ko they just see my name, tapos nahirapan sila sa spelling.
Ikaw,
Tapos they're
Andren.
like, let's move on to the next.
Ikaw, Andren.
Wala kasi
Wala.
basically tinignan na lang yung profile ko, tapos puro jokes lang tungkol sa titi. Ito hindi naman threat sa government ng fucking insult na to.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I didn't get troll accounts, pero like lahat ng kapitbahay ko did, and I felt insecure. Parang, am I not angry enough? Am I not? Hindi. Like, I felt, what does that mean na wala akong troll account? Do they do not need that anymore? Pero it seems like, I might not be in the database na that was rated for it, ganon, or something.
It's okay, pare. May database ka pa rin naman sa hearts namin.
Fuck you.
It's okay, Josel. Right? Like, naka-register pa rin naman yung pangalan mo sa amin. Ayun.
Okay. So, okay.
Oh my God.
So it doesn't seem like masyadong madaming safety checks for this. What would you recommend to people who want to be outspoken, how to cover their asses, ganon? What can an artist do? What can a comedian do to kind of be aware and know about this? Yeah, sorry.
The first thing to cover your ass is to prevent this bill from becoming a law. That's the first thing you should do to cover your ass. Kasi once this bill becomes a law, nakakatakot na talaga. So I would suggest that you support all the efforts and people everywhere have been doing to fight this bill from becoming a law. Kasi nasa constitution natin yan eh. We have a right under Section 4, Article 3 to petition the government for redress of grievances. Meron tayong freedom of speech. What we could do is, so nasa president na, di ba? Pwedeng i-veto ni Duterte to, so mag-ingay kayo, baka marinig niya. Or, if he doesn't veto it, pwede siyang maging law, either by lapse of 30 days na hindi niya inaksyonan, or talagang isi-certify na niya as a law. So what we could do is support people and be vocal about it and educate people. Also, may magagawa pa tayo. We can actually file a case with the Supreme Court, a petition for certiorari and siguro prohibition. This is an issue of transcendental importance. So, pwedeng mag-file tayo ng case sa Supreme Court. So, that's the first thing. The second thing is...
What does transcendental importance mean?
I don't know what that is.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Legal term siya actually.
Okay.
Usually kasi, may mga nagtatanong, kailangan ba may masampulan muna bago iakyat sa Supreme Court to? Kasi bago ka mag-file ng case, kailangan justiciable issue siya. Kailangan may nasaktan na or may rights na na-violate. So after this bill becomes a law, kahit wala pang nasasampulan, wala pang natag as terrorist, pwede natin i-assail yung constitutionality kasi transcendental importance yung issue na to because it affects so many Filipinos and so many rights of those Filipinos.
Sobrang ng point mo, Gertrude, pero I just want to know lang kasi I've talked about this bill with my friends from Pangasinan, and like most people from the province don't care. Why do you think like people don't care about this as much? Like they should, like I know they should. I'm trying to convince them.
Oh my God.
That they should. But why don't people give a fuck as much, I guess? Like, what do you think? What do you both, kayong dalawa, Josel and Gert, like, why don't they care as much as us, I guess? I mean,
I think, ikaw, Jet, you wanna answer that first or I can go first naman?
Yeah, you can go first.
Um, kasi ano eh. Iyak na lang ako. Fucking shit,
Oh my God,
man.
ano ba? Ano
No,
nangyayari?
no. It really feels like people are people like their comfort. People don't wanna think that their voices matter. People don't think that their voices matter. A large swath of the population just really want to get on with their lives. I don't blame them. A lot of people just want to get yung paycheck nila and retire. I mean, if you can see naman yung ating culture, kahit this isn't like a poor thing, a rich thing, or a middle class thing. This is an across the board thing. Ano yung madalas sabihin sa atin? Get a lot of money so you could retire at 60. Yung ganun, di ba? Pag mag-ipon ka ng pera para masaya ka na pag 60 ka na, it's never during your life. So, you just take all of the bad shit that happens to you and earn that paycheck so you could fuck off. Ganun. Don't care about anything that happens during your time. Don't give a shit about what's happening sa paligid mo, happening to people, ganun. Because you have to look out for yourself and your family, and you like parang it's always taught to you na parang you can't do anything. Pero it feels like bullshit kasi that just feels like a privilege na a lot of people have na parang to not care about other people, ganun. And I'm not saying I don't practice that or I haven't thought about that, pero like ayan, I just feel like I adore mga artists who actually say stuff, ganon. I love punk rock, you know.
Same here.
Like, you know, I love reading shit na parang tries to say stuff. That's parang why wouldn't I want to try to be that, ganon. It was never just entertainment to me. So, ayun, it just feels like a lot of people are apathetic because at the end of the day naman, they can choose to be, you know. And the people who can care, are either too poor or or are really up against it, I guess. Ganun.
Yeah, kasi I talked with this rin sa mga kaibigan ko sa probinsya, and they see it as a cute thing. It's just kasi they don't spend time so much on Facebook. Eh. So they think as long as you're not online, hindi ka apektado. And and it's not that way. That's what they think. Pero again, it's coming from my bias din kasi I say dumb shit online. I do jokes about anything kasi I'm for freedom of speech talaga. I'm for freedom of speech talaga in a way na you can say anything you want as long as you're not hurting me. Ano ba yung nangyari sa sticks and stones don't break my bones but words will never hurt me? Kailan ba tinanggal yun? I mean,
it's a law.
Yeah, man, like it's and I'm saying this now, I think it's kept vague for people like me who aren't like educated in the law to think that it's just a cute thing. But it's not like it's kept vague for people like my friends who aren't online, who didn't graduate. It's parang sinadya to keep people in the dark Like and that's why I hate this. I mean, kasi what I do, it's freedom of speech. I do things on stage now. Yeah, I say whatever I want, what I want. Pero as long as I'm not inciting violence or anything, pero it's, you know what I'm saying, Josel? Like, am I rapping na? It's nadadala ko sa emotion.
Okay, let me just parse it. Can I ask?
I'm gonna agree with. Sorry. Wait.
Sorry, go.
Okay. I'm gonna agree. I think it's a combination of ignorance and, or let's use a nicer word. Parang hindi nila alam masyado, hindi sila masyadong aware. Lack of awareness.
Lack of awareness.
And eto, hindi na talaga siya nice, kayabangan. Because number one, a lot of people who think that they're not gonna become terrorists don't really know the concept of human rights. And they think that human rights particular siya, hindi siya universal. Which is wrong. Kasi everybody has human rights. And yung pangalawa, na kayabangan, I can humbly say na I was for the death penalty before. Kasi ignorant ako before eh.
Yeah.
Pero dapat, ibahin natin yung mindset na yan. I educated myself, I learned about human rights, and then I changed my mind. I feel like a lot of people don't like admitting that they were wrong. And they would just stick to whatever it is that they currently believe in, and they won't challenge what they believe in. So I think yun yung reasons.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, very good, very good. Oh, wait. I was just catching my breath. Nag-iisip ako.
No.
I'm just catching my breath. Nag-iisip ako about it. It just seems so insurmountable eh. And ano ba?
Yeah, to my point, like, is it part of us like, you Giselle, you're 35, I'm 27,
I'm
so...
not 35. I'm 32, you fuck. Let's get the record straight here. I'm not a boy.
I'm joking. Babe, I'm joking.
I know.
Do you think we would have given... Again, I'm just saying, do you think we would have given this much thought in the bill when we were younger, like when we were 21? Like...
Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
I can say...
I think part of this
No.
sorry. What were you gonna say, Gertrude? I'm sorry.
I can say for both of us, definitely not. Kasi kilala ko siya ng 21.
Kasi it takes... yeah, sorry. Gertrude, go.
Yeah, it's... When you're young, you don't really care about this shit. So, you'd rather enjoy your life. And
Yes.
maraming taong ganun talaga. Yun lang talaga yung dapat natin gawin. And educate yourself, challenge what you believe in. Pero yeah, when I was 21, I won't give a shit about this talaga.
Yeah, and it takes certain like maturity. Yeah, like I think part of it rin is like educating the younger people. Kasi my sister, sa CSB siya, and like she's been protesting the terror bill, and like she was more politically inclined than me when I was like my sister is like 19, and no 19 I was just masturbating to porn. So like it's fucking great na people are more socially aware now. So yeah, I think it's part of spreading it, like not to our generation, then to the younger generation na rin siguro, about like what's happening now. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I would say na when I was in same school, grade school and high school, parang meron silang ini-ingrain sa amin na be an advocate for social change, social transformation. And actually, I joined rallies when I was a kid, yung cha-cha era. But I didn't really understand it. Like, na-expose ako sa ganun, pero hindi ko siya gamay talaga. Parang nakita ko lang na, the nice people are doing it. I should be doing that too. Pero, yun talaga, educate yourself, be humble to say na hindi mo alam lahat, and then, yun.
Yeah. So when again, this is where being cynical works to our advantage when we grow older. Like, in a way, you learn to filter out what's important and what's not. And this for me, it's pretty important, yung anti-terrorism bill. Like, wala na yung focus ko about like getting boxed or like fucking, or like parang impressing my friends. It comes to a point na you do this for yourself. Like, yung ideals mo is so strong na as you grow older. So I think, yeah.
It's weird then seeing you growing up with your friends, and then you kind of split off at a point, the stuff that you talk about, and then you see yung differences and yung privileges mo that you have as a person. Ganon. Kasi
Kasi,
I have a lot of friends naman na wala din pakialam about it. And pero like I love them still, and like I understand why. Like they're completely inundated by daily life and mahirap na with that, right? Pero
yeah.
ayun, it kinda I I'm not saying na na I have the solution or any solution, pero like it seems it's weird na na you or I, Andren, especially like tayo, it
Yeah.
we nagkaroon tayo ng konsensya.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Ikaw, Jet, what do you think ba ang certain implementations ba of this? Like, do you have any other words to add to it na parang anybody should know about? Ganun.
Wala naman. Nakita ko na actually yung article I was telling you guys about. Bakit biglang mabilis itong nangyari sa bill na to?
Yes.
I'm gonna quote from the article. Due to the fact that it is an adoption of the Senate version, once it passes the third reading, a bicameral conference committee hearing is no longer necessary. The bills will simply be consolidated before it will be sent to the president. So, yun ang reason kung bakit napabilis siya. Tama naman yung pagkakaalala ko.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Tama.
Sige. I don't know what that means, pero it sounds complicated.
Me as well. Oh, sorry, Gertrude. You're just talking to a bunch of like...
So, pero like, I thought there would be more of a conversation in that how you can be tagged, but it really seems that it's just up to the ATC at this point.
Yeah.
How they do it, ganon. Like there doesn't seem like to be a lot of checkpoints towards that, right?
Wala talaga kasi itong ATC na to, they're all alter egos of the president eh. So, nakakatakot talaga siya. Once natag ka, you can be jailed without a warrant, detained for 24 days without being charged. Sobrang daming power nitong...
Yeah, ang dami pwede mangyari sa 24 days. 24 days, like, they can do anything they want with you, I guess.
It's crazy.
Yes, tapos, by the end of the 24-day period, you'll just be so stressed and...
Yeah, broken.
Magbibigay ka na lang ng extrajudicial confession. Yun ang mangyayari sa'yo.
Yeah, man, Brian. Do you think, like, kasi we're talking about this now, like, do you think 50%, kahit 40% of the population agrees na this anti-terror bill is, like, wrong? Kahit 40%? Or is it being hopeful na 40% don't agree with this?
40% ng general population, ng House of Representatives.
I mean, general populace.
I don't have the numbers with me, pero
in your opinion,
I would say na they agree with the terrorism bill.
Oh my God, really?
Kasi ang daming hindi educated about what the provisions in the bill mean. So they're not educated enough to form an opinion na informed talaga.
I think most people are really fucking defensive about it. Like they feel like I'm not gonna sweat it dahil hindi naman ako terorista. Like it's not the point. Ayun, yun lang. I feel like it's people aren't sa Philippines, I don't think people are too interested in words. You know, how words can impact, how vague words can impact their lives. Ganun.
Yan din.
It's kasi
Yeah,
it's, you know,
definitely.
we couldn't even get through the whole fucking thing. Like I tried, I really did try naman.
Me too. I tried, but
Yeah, I kept reading it like para it just it flew over my head. And I understand naman this is a technical language yung legalese. Pero like pero even though I didn't finish it, I know that at the very beginning it sounded like bullshit na kasi it's very different from the first part of the other one na parang really felt more vague and more red taggy for lack of a better term. Ganun.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, may difference pa pala tayo na hindi na-discuss.
Okay.
Okay.
Under the old bill, the focus was yung effects dun sa general populace. In this new bill, the focus is on the effects on the government. So what does this do? It gives the government, the administration, free rein to determine who terrorists are. Kasi dati, ang wording ng old law was, wait lang, hinahanap ko. Edit mo na lang, Josel.
Ito ba yung it is declared a policy of the state to protect life, liberty, and property from acts of terrorism, to condemn terrorism as an inimical and dangerous to the national security of the country and to the welfare of the people, and to make terrorism a crime against the Filipino people, against humanity, and against the laws of the nation?
No.
No. What am I fucking looking at?
I'm stupid.
Okay, ito na. Sa section 3 ng, wait, sorry.
No.
Sa old law, which is the current law pa rin naman, sa section 3, ang sinasabi niya, panic among the populace. Sa section 4 naman, ang sinasabi, wait lang, nahanap ko, sorry. Wait, ang tagal ko.
Okay lang, edit ko.
Yeah.
Okay, sa old law, thereby sowing and creating a condition of widespread and extraordinary fear and panic among the populace in order to coerce the government to give in to an unlawful demand. Yun ang sinasabi niya. Sa bagong law, ito sinasabi niya, and listen to this. When the purpose of such act, by its nature and context, is to intimidate, put in fear, force, or induce the government. So, kitang-kita mo yung wording niya, sobrang drastic change from the previous law. Kasi dito, intimidate the government. Yung sa old law, fear and panic among the populace.
Yeah.
So, it takes the focus away from the populace and shifts it to the government.
Alam mo, nakakatakot yung shift in tone sa writing kasi yung initial was it was more pragmatic, right? Yung bago, it really seems like maliit yung titi na nagsulat. I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh my God.
But it feels like small.
Ang ilalagay mo na lang sa recording yung tawa natin, tapos di nila alam kung bakit itong tawa.
I'm gonna have you guys listen to it. I'm so mad at this shit. Grabe.
Yeah, me too.
And like it seems like it's it should go through another draft to make it more secure, pero like
Yeah, may mga magandang provisions siya eh. Like yung sinabi ko sa inyo na by judicial action na mode. Maganda yun eh. Ang hindi maganda yung ATC na mode. Nakakatakot yun. Pwede nilang, tanggalin na lang yung buong yun.
Yeah.
Do you think how much of the law should be edited para maayos siya? Is it it's salvageable at this point? Not sure.
It would be easier to revert back to the current law. I don't know. Ang daming sobrang problematic nung bagong bill. But yeah, it's salvageable. The bill is salvageable.
Pero it seems like para siyang it's like an appendix. Like parang you don't need it there necessarily. Ganun.
Yeah. But when it's full of shit, parang kailangan mo nang tanggalin. Whoa. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna edit a lot. I'm scared.
Wait a minute. This isn't my world. Disappointed!
Yeah.
So let's say law na siya today. And Josel did it yesterday, na hindi pa siya law. He can't be imprisoned. Pero, because of the concept of continuing crime, baka pwede siyang maging act na punishable. So, what is a continuing crime? Ginawa ni Josel yung meme, pinost niya, and then pinost niya before nung hindi pa batas yung bill. Tapos, continuing crime siya because hindi niya dinelete days after the law has been, days after the bill has become law. So, dahil hindi niya dinelete yun, continuing crime siya kasi yung effects ng meme ni Josel, nakikita pa ng mga tao yung meme ni Josel. So, kung ang interpretation ng ATC is that this is a continuing crime, you can be jailed for memes you posted before. Yun ang mangyayari. Yan ang hindi ko pa nakikita ang discussion.
Yeah. How about mine? Like, mine was lighter. Kasi I did a joke on Instagram. And I used a puppet to say what I said. Like, basically, ito yung joke.
The image of, ano yung puppet?
Aso siya, aso.
Aso
siya. Okay, so...
Tuta ba o aso?
Aso siya, aso. So, sabi ko, knock, knock. Who's there? So, sabi ko, mass testing. Mass testing who? Sabi ng puppet. Tapos sabi ko, no one. Is that crimes for, like...
Oh my God, guys.
I don't know. I don't think... Is it too... I think it's vague enough na hindi naman siya... It's not hurting anyone. I don't think it's inciting anything, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too. Pero it doesn't matter what we think.
Okay.
What matters is what the ATC thinks. Siguro kung by judicial function, judges will be, will be reasonable. Pero the ATC, I don't think they will be reasonable.
So if this passes, in 10 to 20 years, when Andren is let out for his crime, he's like the new Mandela na. That's what's gonna be written sa mga history books, yung mass testing no one. Yun, like, pwede ka makulong for that? That seems like such a waste of resources. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I can't believe na memes. Grabe. I mean, I know we focused a great deal on memes, pero like, this law goes to even people not on social media, people who are just nagra-rally, mga mahihirap, mga farmers lalo na, di ba? Like, farmers are really likely to get red tagged. Ganun.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible thing talaga. Kasi the only way na they can be heard is through protesting, right? They don't have a lot of other means naman. They don't have a lot of say sa karamihan ng tao kasi they're poor, right? And I think with this law, it could take away their right to have a voice. And like, sobra lang silang voices at this point. Parang, paano pa ba yun?
Yung mga farmers kasi natin, if they join rallies, that is a terrorist act under this bill. If isipin ng ATC na serious risk to public safety yung pag-join nila. So, yun, nakatakot talaga siya.
Is this terrorist bill, pwede bang ma-brand as terrorist mga public officials or like mga senador, parang nag-share na sila ng tweet or something? Pwede din, right?
Ang nakikita ko kasi any person eh. Usually, let me check pag any person kasi usually, sinasabi sa batas, it means a private person, a public official. But let me check, wait now.
Okay, I have a follow-up question na parang baka mas direct.
Yeah. Oo, ito. Any person who. commits an act punishable.
Okay. So does that mean the act has to be a public act with record? Like, say si Andren is on stage and he does yung joke. And can someone just report that to the government na this guy said a joke, ganon?
Yeah. It's not
Kasi
online,
kung
technically.
pwede siyang ma-construe as you quote-unquote seriously destabilizing or destroying political structures of the country. So yun talaga. But
Talaga?
you know what?
Pero
You know what?
that's the
With the
report.
ATC, we might as well say na kahit ano pwedeng maging act of terrorism.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, as long as as long as yung context, they can manipulate the context, then maybe,
But-
yung sa point ni Gertrude, they can fuck you over in the end.
But there's
As a-
no but it could just be hearsay. You don't need to have a recording, ganon. It could just be a matter of
Yes.
Seryoso, like it could just be a matter of like
Kasi dude, nakalagay sa batas, suspected terrorist.
Suspected.
Pwede na kaagad
That's the wording.
i-arrest.
so
What does suspected mean under like yung legal definition? Suspected is different from suspetsya is different from proving it. So wala talagang kailangan na proof para makulong ka.
that's fucked up. So like even if it's just a place na is known to have a lot of people on the left, that could be a red tagging event in itself, ganon.
Yes. Yes. Joining gatherings, pwede kayong isipin nila na you're plotting terrorism.
Yeah, I saw
No.
that there's this provision that like if you hold a relief organization and you're not approved by the government,
Yes.
that's immediately grounds for ano na.
Yeah, if you donate to a non-state recognized organization, kahit yung mga relief drives, pwede kayong maging terorista.
So
Which is so unbelievable kasi relief drive yan.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You can help people. I mean, Jesus.
You would be punishing an act of goodness. Bakit ganun?
Yeah, sobrang hindi uso yung 2020, yung empathy sa 2020, guys. No? I mean, like, kasi gusto niya pare yung chokers, yung neck chokers.
Oh my God.
I think somehow, pwede.
Okay, it seems like like I keep trying to throw stuff your the questions na parang to make the law seem reasonable, but it really doesn't seem reasonable. Like I want to understand how the law can be good, pero if it's a law that can be affected by bias, by whims,
Definitely.
Kung
by
ganun
privilege,
din, pare,
ganon.
all of the people I follow to social media are terrorists, pare. All of the people that I love are terrorists, pare. This bill, oh my God. Sucks. Holy
Sino
shit.
kung ayaw mo sa presidente, ayaw pa rin niya, and his alter egos would go after you. Yan ang implication nitong bill na to.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how to end this podcast.
It's either he makes it a law before the 30 days, or wala siyang gagawin, tapos maglalapse into law na lang siya after 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll check back in. Would you be open to do another interview after those 30 days if what happens?